This is Motoring Today, the Philippines' leading and longest-running weekly TV and online magazine dedicated to motoring news and features. I'm Wee Gamboa.
And I'm Tin Gamboa. Here's a sneak peek at this week's exciting features.
On Motoring Forum, we shall talk about the progress of the NSCR and MRT-7. Our road safety reminder, the Young Street Smarts portion, centers on walking facing the traffic. This week's Spine Chuper shall be about wearing of proper uniform of PUV drivers. Showcase this week shall have an MPV from Suzuki, the XL7 Hybrid Black Edition. While for race weekend, we shall have the highlights of the 2026 Eneo Super Sprint Clinic.
This week's edition of Motoring Today brings you all this, plus the latest updates in transportation, traffic management, and advances in the automotive industry.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Let's dive into the latest news and updates about transportation and traffic management in the country.
The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority has teamed up with the Department of Information and Communications Technology to make NCAP services available through the eGov.ph app. With the integration launched on July 9, vehicle owners can now check if they have pending violations, view the details, and track payments in one place. Drivers may also contest tickets online by scanning the QR code printed on their traffic citation.
It's my pleasure to welcome you to the ceremonial launching of the integration of the MMDA NCAP online violation and payment system, or may huli ka, in the eGov.ph Super App. This supports our President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s digitalization push for a unified digital platform where Filipinos can conveniently access various government services in one application.
The MMDA says unpaid NCAP violations will still appear in Land Transportation Office records. That means motorists may have to settle them first before they can renew their vehicle registration. They can also continue using the May Huli Ka portal to verify records through their plate number and MV file number. The Department of Transportation is looking at possible fuel subsidies and fare adjustments as global oil prices continue to rise. Officials say the challenge is to help drivers and operators recover higher costs without putting too much pressure on commuters. One proposal now being reviewed is a 1 peso fare increase sought by transport group Pasang Mazda.
Kapag tumaas ang presyo ng pamasahe, definitely tataas din ang mga presyo ng ibang mga produkto. So, ang nais ng Pangulo ay walang maiwan, kailangang matulungan ng lahat sa tamang pamamaraan at sa balanseng pamamaraan. So, inaaral po ito ngayon, according to Secretary Banoy.
Palace officials say the government is still studying the best way to cushion the impact of fuel price movements. Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon says Phase 2 of the EDSA rehabilitation is now underway, covering the stretch from Guadalupe Orense to Monumento. Crews are working on the Monumento area as well as the Boni to Shaw stretch using high-grade asphalt similar to materials used in Japan and South Korea. The project also widens sidewalks from 1.5 meters to 3.2 meters, giving pedestrians more room and cyclists a safer option away from traffic.
Kung maaalala nyo, last year, naglakad kami dito ni Secretary Banoy, no? Kaya nakita natin na kawawa po talaga yung mga kababayan natin nagko-commute saka mga naglalakad. Kasi maraming Lingit sa kaalaman ng mga kababayan nating motorista, ang dami naglalakad sa EDSA. Ang problema, wag ang lalakaran. Para talagang may lalakaran na yung mga kababayan natin. Pati yung mga siklista natin, pwede na rin dito na lang mag-bike. Para hindi na rin sila delikado sa mga motor, tsaka mga sasakyan.
Dizon says recent heavy traffic around Guadalupe Bridge was also linked to seismic retrofitting work being done alongside the road repairs. The DPWH also expects Quezon City's Culiat Bridge 2 to partially reopen to light vehicles after repairs from a recent fire. The Department of Public Works and Highways says it is preparing to award major contract packages for the Manila Bay section of the $3.91 billion project. The 32.15-kilometer bridge will include 2 cable-stayed navigation spans, plus marine and land viaducts that will connect Central Luzon directly to Calabarzon. Officials admit the bridge will not be finished within the current presidential term, but they say its economic impact could be huge.
Magapit na tayo mag-award ng mga packages sa Manila Bay. No, magsisimula na yan at talagang excited tayo dyan. No, in fact, nandun nga ako sa America a week ago. Kinausap natin yung designer ng Bataan Cavite Link Bridge. Yung TY Lin sa San Francisco, ang dami na niyang mga dinesign. Sabi nila, no, napakaswerte ng Pilipinas kasi pagka natapos yung Bataan Cavite Link Bridge, yan ang second longest bridge sa buong mundo. Second only to the Macau-Hong Kong Bridge. At talagang napakaganda ng bridge na yan at napakalaking ginawa yan para sa mga kababayan natin papunta ng Cavite at Bataan.
DPWH says it will also provide an emergency evacuation route for coastal communities in North and South Luzon.
The latest developments in transportation and traffic management are certainly significant. Up next, Motoring Forum takes a deeper look into one noteworthy issue that should affect motorists and motoring. For years, major rail projects promised faster trips, but delays kept getting in the way. Now, Acting Transportation Secretary Giovanni Lopez says key lines are moving forward, even with right-of-way still a major challenge. Right-of-way simply means securing the land needed for tracks, stations, and facilities. At a recent roundtable, Lopez said this continues to affect MRT-7 and the North-South Commuter Railway, or NSCR. But he said that there has been strong progress, with more than 90% of the needed land already secured. That matters. Once land issues are cleared, construction can move faster and commuters move closer to better daily travel.
The railway sector po kasi at that time, the issue is more of the right-of-way. No? Made a significant progress pagdating sa right-of-way po natin. For example, the subway. To this date, we have like 90% right-of-way acquisition na po. Kailangan po talaga nating bigyang importansya ang right-of-way so that we can progress sa ating mga infrastructure po, the civil works. We're still quite confident po that we're going to hit, at least for the North-South Commuter Railway, yung partial operations po natin from Valenzuela to Malolos by December 2027, then Malolos to Clark by the first quarter, hopefully, or second quarter of 2028 po. No? Yan, we're still on target po dun sa ating commitment on that. For MRT-7 naman po, we're very confident that the first 12 stations from Sacred Heart all the way to North Avenue po, the operations, the revenue operations po of that 12 station would start on second quarter of 2027. So tuloy na tuloy po yan. Now for MRT, for subway naman po, no? So the train demonstration pagdating sa ating subway, at least from Valenzuela to Quirino, again, still 2028 po ang target natin.
For the NSCR, partial operations from Valenzuela to Malolos are targeted by December 2027. The Malolos to Clark segment is expected in early 2028. For passengers, that means trips that now take hours could be cut to about 35 minutes. More time for work, family, rest, and business. The MRT-7 is also moving closer to service. Lopez says the first 12 stations from Sacred Heart to North Avenue are expected to begin revenue operations in the second quarter of 2027. Once operating, the line could ease congestion and help reduce the number of private vehicles on daily routes. The 22-kilometer MRT-7 line is designed to serve about 300,000 passengers a day, linking Metro Manila to San Jose del Monte, Bulacan. For workers and students outside that capital, that can mean a commute that is more predictable and less exhausting. The NSCR is planned as a bigger north to south backbone, connecting Clark International Airport to Calamba, Laguna, and serving around 800,000 passengers daily. If delivered well, it can move workers, students, tourists, and goods faster across key growth areas. The Valenzuela hub will also be the key, helping passengers transfer more smoothly to other transport options. Still, a lot of work remains. As of February, the NSCR was about 37% complete, while the MRT-7 was reported at 85% completion. The Department of Transportation says the goal is seamless connectivity, trains, buses, airports, and other links working together. Lopez also wants transport officials to ride public transport themselves. He has directed them to commute at least once a week, so decisions are shaped by real passenger experience, not just reports and timelines. That is the real test. Better railways are not just about tracks and targets. They are about workers getting home earlier, students arriving on time, businesses moving faster, and commuting becoming less of a daily struggle.
Today's cars are getting smarter and safer. Still, the young need to be reminded now and then about how to be smart and safe on the road. Here's our Young Street Smart segment with a road safety reminder from Toyota Motor Philippines. If you're walking the sidewalks of the road, it is always better and safer kung ikaw ay nakaharap sa direksyon kung saan papunta ang traffic. This way, meron ka pang oras para iligtas ang sarili kung sakaling makita mo na may paparating na aksidente. Motoring these days can be stressful. Here's another paying chuper that will help alleviate stress out on the road.
Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako si Ka Jojo Martin, isang kapwa nyo tsuper. Maging maayos sa pananamit tuwing papasada.
Kung gusto natin makarami ng pasahero, gawin nating presentable ang ating mga sarili sa tuwing tayo ay magmamaneho. Ugaliing isuot ang uniform ng samahan ng iyong kinabibilangan kapag papasada sa daan. Iwasang magsuot ng mga pambahay na damit katulad ng sando at tsinelas kung ayaw mo ang pasahero ang magalit at umiwas.
Tandaan, kapag maayos ang kasuotan, pasahero ay iyong kaibigan. Ito po si Ka Jojo Martin. Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa nyo tsuper.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Get ready. World of Motorsports is next.
In motorsports news, Round 3 of the 2026 Philippine Rallycross Series brought dirt driving action to the CDS Off-Road Playground at Arden Botanical Estate on July 25, with drivers putting on strong runs across several classes. Drivers took turns around the loose surface course, racing the clock over 3 heats, with the final standings based on their 2 best-timed runs. Ashley Appeal was the driver to beat in her Toyota Corolla, topping both the Group 4 and RWD classes. Her Group 4 total of 4 minutes and 40.895 seconds also stood as the overall best time of day. Louis Camacho kept the pressure on near the top of the overall order while charging through the truck classifications. Behind the wheel of an Isuzu D-Max, he posted 4 minutes and 59.041 seconds in the pickup class with 5 minutes and 0.989 seconds in the UV class to sweep both wins. Over in Group 1 in the open category, Rixie De La Cruz set the scoring pace in a Toyota Corolla, clocking 5 minutes and 50.080 seconds in Group 1 and 5 minutes 47.670 seconds in Open. Still, non-scoring competitor Mark Desales made plenty of noise in a Toyota Corolla, recording the fastest track times in Group 1 with a 5 minute and 32.384 second run, and in Group 2 with a time of 5 minutes and 26.402 seconds. Dominic Oliveros delivered the fastest scoring time in Group 2, driving a Honda Civic. Oliveros recorded a cumulative time of 5 minutes and 33.503 seconds to secure the class victory. Damian Enzo Pastor also came through with a class-topping drive in Group 3, taking his Toyota Corolla to a run of 5 minutes and 30.895 seconds. And in the AWD class, Ari Hatinen gave Volvo the win with a time of 6 minutes and 2.749 seconds, while Evan Marquez made it a 1-2 finish for the brand after posting 6 minutes and 33.366 seconds.
There's plenty more to explore in the world of motorsports. Check out where Race Weekend takes us next.
Designed specifically for beginners, the Super Sprint Clinic accepted 20 drivers as students for a day of intensive learning at the River Park in General Trias, Cavite. Participants spent the morning mastering drills like the 540, full stop braking, and the slalom before walking the official track layout.
Hi, I'm Jill Tan from Super Sprint. Today is our Super Sprint Clinic. It's an annual clinic where we hold lessons for first-time drivers. So today we accepted 20 drivers as our students. And they just finished their morning drills and they're walking the track at the moment so that they can learn what it's like to run an official layout for Super Sprint. And hopefully we'll see them at the next round on August 16th.
For many attendees, the clinic is a chance to push their daily drivers in a safe, controlled environment. Participants like Julius Chong brought his 2022 Chang'an CS35 Plus to enhance his skills and improve his slalom times, emphasizing how welcoming the event is for absolute beginners.
Ayun, join lang kayo sa Super Sprint. Lagi ko sinasabi na kahit newbie kayo, kahit ano sasakyan nyo, okay lang yun. Huwag kayong mahihiya, huwag kayong matakot, hindi tatawag coach nyo dito kasi napaka-safe dito. Bali controlled environment to. So matutulungan naman nila kayo lalo na pag may tanong kayo, nahihiya kayo. Pwede kayong magtanong sa co-drivers natin. Kaya join na kayo Super Sprint.
Other first-timers like Paul John Antonio, who brought a 1996 Honda Civic LXi, used the morning drills to get a better grip on acceleration, cornering, and braking.
Ayun, mas nakilala ko yung coaching ngayon kasi yung na-try ko yung sa braking, yung accelerating. Kumbaga, na-try ko lahat, pati sa cornering. Kaya sabi ko, mas nakilala ko yung coaching ko ngayon.
But the clinic isn't just about shaving seconds off a lap time. It's also about building a welcoming community. The sport can often feel intimidating and male-dominated, but participants quickly find that the coaches and co-drivers are friendly and eager to help out. For some, it even serves as a unique bonding experience with their racing enthusiast partners.
So actually my husband competes in Super Sprint a lot, and we thought of this as kind of like a bonding activity for me to understand what he goes through in the track. So yeah, like I feel like just go for it. I mean, I was kind of intimidated at first because it feels like a very male-dominated sport, which is kind of is, but like everybody's so nice, so friendly, and they're really there to help you learn. So I was like, go for it.
That's all for this week's World of Motorsports. We return shortly after this break. Our featured car of the week represented next on Showcase.
Suzuki positioned the XL7 to stand out in the local MPV and crossover market. With bold styling, everyday versatility, and a tough yet refined character that gives it real presence on the road. Now, the Black Edition sharpens that formula with sleeker proportions and a stronger road presence designed to turn heads. And for buyers looking to step into a hybrid family vehicle, this highly anticipated model starts at 1,252,000 pesos. The XL7 Hybrid Black Edition projects a confident, aggressive stance backed by a solid 200mm minimum ground clearance that helps it handle rougher roads with ease. It measures 4,450mm in length, 1,775mm in width, and 1,710mm in height, with a 2,740mm wheelbase. Inside, it makes the most of that footprint with flexible seating for 7 persons and up to 550 liters of luggage capacity, where the third-row seat is folded. The refreshed exterior makes an immediate statement with aggressive black accents on the front and rear undergarnish, adding a sportier look from every angle. The lighting setup is equally sharp, with LED daytime running lights framed by a bold black surround plus automatic LED headlamps. It rides on 16-inch black alloy wheels fitted with 195/60 R16 tires. The blacked out treatment continues with sleek black outside door handles, black painted roof rails, and new dark painted rear tail lamps that complete the look. Inside, the cabin balances style and function, led by a 10-inch touchscreen infotainment audio system at the center of the dashboard. It comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, while the driver gets a sporty meter cluster and the convenience of keyless push start. Cabin comfort is handled by an automatic front air conditioner and a manual rear air conditioner, helping keep all rows cool and comfortable. It also comes with pollen filter. For audio, the system uses 4 speakers, including 2 front tweeters, for clearer detail and better overall sound. Under the hood, the XL7 Hybrid Black Edition combines responsive performance with fuel-saving hybrid tech. It is powered by a 1.5-liter K15B engine paired with Suzuki's 12-volt hybrid technology, producing 77 kW or 104.69 PS at 6,000 RPM and 138 Nm of torque at 4,400 RPM. That power is sent through a smooth 4-speed automatic transmission. Its hybrid system also includes an engine auto stop-start system, or EASS, which cuts unnecessary power generation during cruising and recharges the lithium-ion battery through deceleration energy. For ride control, suspension duties are handled by a McPherson strut with coil springs at the front and a torsion beam at the rear. Safety is a big part of the package, giving drivers added confidence every time they get behind the wheel. The XL7 Hybrid Black Edition comes equipped with an anti-lock brake system with electronic brake force distribution, along with an electronic stability program. Parking is made easier with rear parking sensors and a reverse camera that gives a clear view behind the vehicle. On steeper roads, hill hold control adds extra assurance. Protection also comes from SRS front dual airbags, ISOFIX child seat anchorages, side impact door beams, and an immobilizer. Overall, the Suzuki XL7 Hybrid Black Edition delivers where it matters most: everyday versatility with a sharper visual edge. With its standout black accents, smart hybrid engine, roomy cabin, and essential safety technology, it's built to make daily city drives and family road trips feel that much more rewarding.
Welcome back to Motoring Today, where we shift gears and dive into the latest from the auto industry.
Omoda and JQ has unveiled its latest intelligent mobility innovations during the Omoda Super AI Night held in Indonesia, introducing the Omoda Super AI Cockpit alongside the all-new Omoda 4 crossover. The launch highlights the brand's push toward delivering a more intuitive and personalized driving experience for young customers worldwide. Making its global debut alongside the AI Cockpit is the all-new Omoda 4, a compact crossover designed for younger buyers. Inspired by Cyber Mecha styling, the model combines futuristic design with advanced driver assistance technologies and will be offered in internal combustion, hybrid, and battery electric variants, depending on the market. Omoda and JQ says the Super AI Cockpit marks the beginning of a new era of intelligent mobility, with future software updates aimed at making the vehicle more responsive, more personalized, and better able to understand its driver over time. MG Philippines gave the media an early ride on the next wave of mobility in the country. Through the Next Wave Media Drive, select participants were among the first to experience MG's latest new energy vehicles on the road, traveling from Bonifacio Global City to Bacolor, Pampanga.
We are here today at the MG Next Wave Media Drive event, wherein we drove from BGC all the way here to Bacolor, Pampanga in Entrata Restaurant for our select media friends to be able to experience the new wave of new energy technologies that we have introduced in the market today.
Showcased were several plug-in hybrid models including the G50 multi-purpose vehicle, the HS Compact SUV, and the RX-9 luxury SUV. MG says the goal is to make new energy driving feel more within reach, pairing advanced technology with price points aimed at a wider range of Filipino motorists.
We have our hybrid plus vehicles models, starting with the MG3 that start below 1 million pesos, to all the way our luxury SUV RX-9 plug-in hybrid, which is close to 2 million or 1,968,000 pesos to be exact.
The event also gave the media a first look at another model joining MG's electric lineup ahead of its scheduled launch in August.
So one of the surprises that we have for our media friends here at our Media Drive event is the first glimpse of another battery electric vehicle model that we will be introducing in the market soon. This is the MG S5 subcompact electric vehicle.
MG Philippines is also inviting the public to visit its showrooms nationwide, take the new energy vehicle lineup for a test drive, and experience the technology for themselves.
That's it for this week on Motoring Today. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to visit our website and follow us on social media for the latest updates in motoring.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now in its 40th year serving the motoring public with a steadfast commitment to road safety. In honor of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Wee Gamboa.
And I'm Tid Gamboa.
Happy motoring!